What's up guys, Sean here, and today on the Hawke Talks, I wanted to test out a new camera that I got, which is the Panasonic G85, Lumix G85, and it's a mirrorless camera, which makes this camera a little more unique in my arsenal of cameras and equipment. So this is my first time getting into the mirrorless camera part of the videography sort of market, or photography market, and so far I think it's really neat. The camera is so small, it's very portable. I can definitely see myself taking this along with me more than my my older Canon T3i that I've been always using for photography. It's a much needed update for me anyway, for my personal taste anyway. So but what we're really here for is me wanting to talk about a certain thing in Pokemon Sword and Shield, as every other fan probably is talking about, whether it's on YouTube or Twitter or social media in general, and that is the lack of a national Pokedex. For those who are unaware of what's going on really for Pokemon Sword and Shield, so the latest iteration of the Pokemon game that's coming to the consoles, specifically the Nintendo Switch, which we all have been waiting for. It looks beautiful, the Pokemon look promising so far, and the features and all that. It's a little weird, but still something we a lot of us are curious about. Especially the Dynamaxing, which makes the make the Pokemon giant and stuff. That's like the new gimmick for this time around. They just showed off the legendary Pokemon as of recent, and so we really have been really looking forward to this. But unfortunately, there has been some news that really has set off the fan base, and basically the National Pokedex is something that allows you to have all the Pokemon from previous iterations or versions, starting from Red and Blue to all the way to Sun and Moon at this point. So that's what the National Pokedex is there for, is so that it opens the opportunity to have all the Pokemon in one game. But unfortunately, this feature is lacking in this one, so meaning that you can't have every single Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Only the Pokemon that show up in the Galar region are transferable from the upcoming Pokemon Home or Pokemon Bank. I think it's compatible with for right now, but I think Pokemon Home is going to be the main cloud storage anyway for your Pokemon. And it seems that Sword and Shield is not really tapping into that feature all that well so far because of this lack of the national Pokédex. So again, just to reiterate, you cannot transfer any other Pokemon except for the Pokemon who have already showed up in the Galar region. So, for example, Pikachu, Rhydon, Machoke, or whatever, and I'm pretty sure their evolution lines are within there. So, obviously, those Pokemon are okay, but any other Pokemon that you really want to look forward to see from other versions, likely not happening, unfortunately. I guess, for example, Luxray or something that's super outside the the roster, I guess, or has not showed up in the trailers at least. So again, yeah, it's just from just hearing that is terrible. Obviously, someone like me who's just not a competitor by no means, and just wanted to play a Pokemon game on the big TV screen. Sorry, that was my my iPad. Wants to play Pokemon on the big TV screen. That obviously sucks. It's terrible to hear. And the developer, one of the developers, Matsuda, I believe, has come out with the reasons as to why this is happening. And for the most part, I believe it's for the sake of balancing. It might be accompanied by some limitations of the Switch. I think the most emphasized part is the balance, the sake of the game balancing, and I don't know. I mean, I kind of disagree with that. I mean, first off, he goes to say that he wants to try to balance this game as much as possible to so that everyone has a chance to shine or something like that. And then his next quote says some about along the lines of wanting to bring back the fan favorites. So it's like you want everyone to shine, and yet you just want to bring back only the fan favorites. So which one is it? You know what I mean? Whatever reason, it could be, maybe it is just, for the sake of balance and stuff like that. Yeah, there are a lot of Pokemon in the game, but who cares about balance? We're just here to just play a video game here. And a lot of us, are just wanting to play with our favorite Pokemon and battle with our, with each other as, as friends and stuff like that. And then, of course, there is the competitive side of things. There's actual like Pokemon tournaments. I think the balancing really should only, it should be left to the competitive community of Pokemon rather than rather than the developers. But that's just my opinion about it. Like I just rather have all the Pokemon in there just for the sake of like collecting, or just having in Sword and Shield, and then we can determine whether this Pokemon is viable, or this Pokemon is the meta or whatever, and whether this Pokemon is banned or not. I think that's that's up to, I think that should be left up to the competitive community. I can go on about this, but basically in layman's terms, this sucks, and I think that his reasonings are, I don't know. I personally feel I don't agree with those reasons. Now, if it's the reasons of actual hardware limitations, then okay, I can definitely see where that's coming from. But I think the emphasis was on just balance. So balance in these kind of games, I really don't care about, and I just don't agree with those reasonings. It's just it's possible, right? So why not just throw them in there? And yeah, maybe there are other reasons to them, and there's more to it than that, possibly, sure. But I just, at the end of the day, just for the sake of things, just throw in the National Pokedex. Just come on, like the point of Pokemon Home and being compatible with Sword and Shield really lessens, because only the Pokemon that show up in the Galar region can only be transferred. So yeah, I can probably transfer more Machamps or Machokes or whatever, or Pikachus, but I want to be able to transfer Luxray from Diamond and Pearl, and from into Home, and then Home into Sword and Shield. It's like I want to see those Pokemon make their return. I hope Leafeon is part of the Galar region, but there's a possibility that's not. But yeah, I just hope by the time it launches, the National Pokedex is there for the most part, or is going to be announced for a future update or something. And yeah, I understand that there's a lot of fucking Pokemon in here, especially this time around with a new generation coming. There's more Pokemon added into the roster, but for crying out loud, just include the National Pokedex. I mean, I really can care less about balancing, because I'm not a competitor, and I think a majority of the fan base are not competitors. So now, yes, there are people who care about the competitive side of things. Oh, whether this Pokemon is banned or not, whether it's viable, whether this is the meta or something, whatever. Like I said before, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but that's really how I feel about it. So they should just give us the tools, and it'll be up to us how we use those tools, that sort of thing. But when it comes to the balancing of the mechanics, then okay, that I can see more towards, like the Dynamaxing and stuff. They should just throw in the National Pokedex. How many times do I have to say it? Because, I mean, we've all been really looking forward to this Pokemon game, and we've been hoping to really be able to see our Pokemon from previous versions in this incarnation. So it sucks, because right now, as of now, I can't look forward to seeing some of my favorites from certain versions in this title, because the code or data is not even there. So it's just entirely impossible altogether. So, well, yeah, anyways, that's all I gotta say. Obviously, I don't agree with it. I do understand the hate around it, but hopefully, you know, we have a lot of time. So, the guys over there can hopefully get around to this and add most of the Pokemon anyway, and hopefully we can go on from there. So, but for now, we're just gonna have to wait and see. And wait and see for another Pokemon Direct, and let's just hope for the best. So, anyways, that's my feelings about the lack of a Pokedex, or National Pokedex, excuse me, for Sword and Shield so far, and my thoughts about it. So, if you guys have thoughts related to the Pokedex in Sword and Shield, please let me down below. I would love to see those comments. And of course, you know, if I have any misinformation, please do throw it in the comment section below. Let me know, and you know, clear the air or something like that. But yeah, I just hope that by the time Sword and Shield comes out, it's the product that we've all been really craving for Pokemon anyway. So anyways, this has been the Hawke Talks on the lack of National Pokedex in Sword and Shield. Again, hopefully this is all fixed. So, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sean out.